Hello there and welcome back. I am of course BA Bricks, and before we begin, don't forget to comment, like and subscribe to this channel for any future content. Today I have my favourite set of the year to review for you. Those of you who follow the channel on Instagram and Facebook should know already, it is of course the LEGO Star Wars UCS Republic Gunship. Set number 75309 contains 3,292 pieces and will retail for €350 or $350 US. This set is a masterpiece, and did I mention it is absolutely huge. Measuring over 27 inches wide and 27 inches long and nearly as tall as the UCS Star Destroyer, this set is massive. This set is not minifigure scale, and to be honest, I'm glad that it isn't, because the sheer size of this set is one of the main reasons why I bought it and is one of its biggest selling points. So, to start off, this set contains two minifigures, Mace Windu and a Clone Commander. The Mace Windu is not much different to previous ones that we have gotten, apart from a few blotches on the torso, which are not really noticeable to the naked eye if you were not looking really close at the figure. Nevertheless, it is a really nice minifigure, and of course it is exclusive to this set. The other exclusive is of course the Clone Commander, a Phase 1 clone with yellow-orange markings, more detailed than previous ones, but again not too dissimilar to previous generations. It's a shame that we get no clone pilots with this, but of course, as we all know, UCS sets are not always about the minifigures, they're about the main part of the build, which is of course the set. So, the set itself is massive and will take up a huge footprint on any shelf. You start off by building the base of the cargo bay and finish with the wings, and then to finish off with the stand. At the rear of the ship, you will see it has a ramp. This ramp is held in by two studs only, which means it's loose enough to be dropped down without any serious force or taking any other parts with it. The bay is quite large, with a space for dozens of minifigures if you so wish. As I said already, it is not minifigure scale, so they do look a little bit out of place if you choose to do this. The bay comes complete with handrails and consoles, which are not true to the on-screen depiction, but it is a nice addition for the set. The Technic structure is obviously not a part of the true on-screen model, but it is necessary for the strength in this LEGO one, otherwise it would certainly collapse under its own weight, because it is holding up a lot of weight in those wings and in the main missile bay area. Moving forward to the front of the set, we see two anti-personnel cannons which are built very well into the front of the ship. It uses kind of a hinge and clip technique to kind of attach into the body to create a bit of the armour and the personnel cannon itself. It uses the more or less new curve wedge white pieces, more recently seen on the Downtown Diner set, but in white this time, to give the turret a little bit more depth. You can see also the lime green accents on the front of the ship, which is iconic of any clone gunship from Attack of the Clones or any that we've seen in the Clone Wars. On the top side of the model, we have two large cockpits. These are the exact same pieces that make up Anakin's Starfighter cockpit, only with red printing instead of the usual grey printing on it. Inside the two cockpits, we have two brick-built seats with consoles, which actually fits a minifigure in quite well, and it doesn't look that much out of place like the minifigures would do in the cargo bay of the ship, even though it is not minifigure scale. So you can do that if you wish. If you have two clone pilots lying around, you can pop them in there. You can also see the missile launch tubes just behind the cockpit, which are brick-built for the most part, with a large Technic rod in the centre of each, just for stability and structure. The front of the launchers could be a bit better and a bit more well-rounded, but nevertheless they do look really, really well. And the set, of course, has a lot of stickers for a UCS set, with 4 on the launch tubes alone, and the Republic icons on either side of the ship are also stickers, which probably should have been a printed element in my opinion. The biggest part of the build by far is of course the wings, which are huge builds in themselves. Held in place, however, by only a single Technic rod underneath, they are of a beautiful design and well-rounded, and a good mix of studded wing, and we'll also see two unmanned ball turrets, which on the edge of each wing you will see a minifigure in it. I've seen some people put it in, but they're actually in universe supposed to be unmanned and are more or less operated by a computer, I'm assuming. Each wing also contains a complement of missiles underneath that are fed in universe by the missile loader, which you can see on top of the model. The other weapons on board also include a rear-facing anti-personnel cannon and 2 manned bubble turrets using clear printed elements that we see in the Mos Eisley Cantina, mostly for the roofs of the buildings. That will give you an idea of the scale of this set if you have one of those sets. It also contains a brick-built seat inside these bubble-mounted turrets, but I would not recommend putting a minifigure in there, as it does look very out of place. As the minifigure isn't actually sitting in the seat, it just holds on to the handle, so I would not recommend that. As I said, this is not a minifigure scale and is never meant to be. And besides that point, they are very fragile because they are mostly brick-built turrets. The other movable parts of the set are, of course, the doors, which cover a portion of the bay, but not all of this. Not all of the bay do they cover, as this is the in-atmosphere version of the LAAT gunship, and not the outer atmosphere version that we see in the Clone Wars TV series. The doors do not fish flush with the set at all, and from a certain angle it does look a bit off-putting, but again, it's not noticeable from most of the other angles, so we can kind of let that slide for the most part. Well, guys, there you have it. That is the ship chosen by us, chosen by the LEGO Star Wars community. If you remember back about a year or so ago, we got a vote for the Republic Gunship or the Nebulon B and or the TIE Bomber, I believe it was. I voted for the Nebulon B because I was pretty sure and confident in myself that they were going to make this set anyway, and it was just a matter of time. So I kind of went with the Nebulon B because I feel that they kind of need a little bit of more of a push to get that out there. So... but we got the UCS Gunship, and let me tell you, I am in love with this set. The sheer size and look of this thing is menacing, and for €350, it is well worth it. The build experience is definitely probably one of the best building experiences I've had in a very long time. For me, it took around 12 hours because I took my time with it, because I was really enjoying it. I did it over a space of 4 nights, a couple of hours a night, maybe 2 or 3 bags, and it was amazing. The minifigures, I've heard they do get a lot of heat, but I think they are excellent minifigures, and to me they're not exactly a bonus in the set and or a detractor for the set, because to me the experience of a UCS set is the set itself. And I know the exclusion of more fitting figures like Commander Cody and all them kind of ones are a reason that a lot of people are holding off on buying this set, which I can understand because a lot of people are a bit annoyed over how that whole fiasco unfolded. If I were to rate this set on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give it an easy 9 out of 10. Docking off a mark simply because of the door not fitting snugly on the side, and some elements that really should have been printed in a set that cost €350. For example, the Republic icons on the side of the ship, they really should have been printed on that tile, and I would have been happy with all the rest being stickers, but those ones really should have been printed. Again, the stickers themselves are good quality, but they are using a clear background, which makes it very, very hard to place the stickers. And again, if there's any dust or any kind of air bubbles underneath, they're going to be very, very noticeable, which is a bit of a detractor for me for this set, and again why I docked 1 mark off of its score. Again, I cannot portray the sheer size of this beast, and it really is something that you must see for yourself with your own eyes. It does not have a bad angle, it doesn't take a bad photograph, and the only thing is you will struggle to find shelf space for this thing due to its enormous size, because it is absolutely massive. Just from personal experience, I do know that the IKEA Billy shelves, the deep ones, can fit this set, but it will be jutting out quite a bit. So just keep that in mind if you're looking for any kind of shelving for this thing, if you do plan on picking it up. It is probably one of my favourite sets we've ever gotten from the UCS series. This is one of the very few prequel set UCS sets we've ever gotten, and in my opinion, LEGO knocked this one out of the park, and I'm really, really hoping that they make more in the future. There's so many vehicles from the prequel movies that really deserve the UCS treatment, and I'm really, really hoping that we get... I'm saying it now, I think we're going to get at least one of these sets every year, a prequel series set every year now, especially if the sales were good enough for this one, which I really think they were. They sold out everywhere in most LEGO stores. Online, they sold out in a lot of regions, not all of them. It's still available in my region, like it has been from day one, but I do expect it to have sold really, really well and continue to sell well, especially with the holiday period coming up very, very soon. Anyway, guys, that's all I have for you today. And again, I thank you very much for the support on the channel over the past while. I really, really do appreciate it, and it really helps the channel. If you would like this video, share it if you want to. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps out the channel, and it really inspires me to make more and more videos for you guys with the ever-growing audience that we have. As always, guys, I have been BA Bricks. You have been awesome, as always. If you like what you saw, please subscribe and drop a like on this video. And feel free to check out any of the other videos that you see on screen now. Again, guys, please subscribe. It was really, really, really tough to make this video and get it done for you guys. So I really appreciate it. Anyway, guys, you have been awesome again, and bye-bye.